Alright, guys, our tour is ready. We come out here and we get on a boat. What?
Alright, guys, there's 3 seats right here, 2 seats right there. Go ahead and hop on.
Oh, 5 seats. Sweet. I'm now being mixed.
Little boat.
Trying to handle. I feel like.
I don't get to sit next to Lacey.
Yeah.
What do you think, babe?
I'm terrified. Hey, Lacey.
Amy, why are you staring? You're looking at us, aren't you? All right, you guys. Start in a little pond.
I want to see the fish.
We're going to the entrance. Supposed to be a 35-minute tour.
There's no fish? No, there's no
He
fish.
said no fish. There is a pond with fish, supposedly, though. I don't know what type of fish.
No, you don't. Dad, film the ducks.
Yeah, here, duck, 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 boom.
No!
Little bridge you can walk over.
Dad, you should see Lacey's face. I can feel the hand in the air.
Coming in the Spook Cave. What do you think, Amy?
Amy, don't, because then the shark will come after you.
Yeah.
If the boat tips, I swear Amy's going to be the first one
It's
to
actually
fall
quite
out.
deep here, huh?
Lacey
4 or 5
just-
feet.
I do not know if Lacey's more scared or happy.
Ooh, it's starting to get cold already.
Well, yeah, that's trout streams for you.
Alrighty. Hey everybody, my name is Luke. I'll be your tour guide for the day. So if you guys have any questions or you just need me to speak up a little bit, just let me know and I'll be happy to do so.
Don't hit the rocks.
Yeah.
Lacey.
I'm just saying, don't worry about your head. Me and Mommy.
Lacey.
Alright, so starting off today, we are in a man-made pond right here by the dock where everybody got to the boat. It's only about 1 or 2 feet deep, as you guys can probably tell. And then the deepest part of the pond is directly behind us there by the dam, which gets to be about 6 feet deep. So this whole pond was put in place for one purpose, and that was to help control the water depth inside the cave. Now the water depth inside the cave does fluctuate anywhere from about 1 to 3 feet deep. So basically if anybody was to fall overboard, please just stand right back up and at least make an attempt to get back in the boat. Alright, and then before we go in the cave,
Amy.
before we go in the cave, I would give you guys just a little bit of history about it. So when Spook Cave was first found, it actually didn't look like this. Originally, it was a very small hole in the side of the bluff where all the locals heard spooky noises coming from. So a very brave man by the name of Melky got permission and he was allowed to dynamite into the bluff to find what was causing those spooky noises. So from there, once he actually found what was causing those spooky noises, he was allowed to start giving his own cave tours starting in 1955 on Labor Day. So we've been giving these cave tours for quite a while now. And now that everybody can see the entrance, I should probably ask, is anybody claustrophobic? Or
Nope.
we will find out.
I don't know yet.
Alright, so about the first 100 feet here is going to be really narrow like this. But if anybody does feel claustrophobic or like you can't complete the tour, at any point throughout this first 100 feet, just let me know and I'll be happy to back the boat out. We do that all the time. So through the first 100 feet, you guys do have some options. You can lean forwards, you can lean backwards, or some people do like to take their seat cushion, set that seat cushion in the bottom of the boat and sit down there. It is totally up to you guys. Alright, ready?
This is kind of like the ice cave, just dripping on us. Holy cow.
Oh, limbo.
Yeah,
Dad, you hop.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big guy.
You hop down.
You just hush, Skylar.
just duck down. You'll be fine.
Oh, there's light switch. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, you can already feel the cold.
Dad, are you gonna make it?
Woo!
There's a spider web.
Dad, are you going to make enemies?
Wow.
Oh man.
I faint. I'm surprised. Nope.
Oh my
maybe
gosh.
not.
Is this a bad time to get your leg cramp?
Spider web.
Dad barely fitting.
Alright, you guys all doing okay so far?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
So first, guys, take a look right up there on your right.
Wow.
You can see that green light. That green light indicates one of the original crawl spaces that Gerald Melfi first used when he was exploring the cave. So if you guys think this side is tight, try crawling through that right over there. And then up there on your left, you'll see Francis, our guard lizard.
Hi, Francis.
Alright, and believe it or not, it is going to get just a little bit more narrow coming up around the corner. So much so that it actually gets the name Lover's Lane, because you will either learn to love your neighbor or love the wall.
Hey, Dad.
I don't know, can I fit? Can I fit?
Amy duck.
I fit. Maybe.
And keep in mind, if anybody does get too close to a wall, you can feel free to push off that wall later.
Jeez, yep.
Ow. Dad, are you gonna make it?
Yeah.
Ow.
Jake, lean to the left.
So dark.
Dad, are you gonna make it?
Oh, you're good?
Yeah, we're good.
I didn't know that. I can't look back and see.
Is he gonna make it, Dad?
My pet.
Amy, I'm just fine. Shut up.
Oh, it's cold on the walls.
Wow.
Turn off the light. I don't think.
I'm just looking in the spots we can't see. Man, that is nuts. Think of the guy that crawled through all this. Oh, it opened up now. Wow.
Alright, did we all make it okay?
Yeah.
No severe injuries anyway?
Probably some concussions. Don't care.
Oh, wow. Amy, shush.
Alright, so we are now in the largest room you have here in the cave. This room is 45 feet tall and 110 feet long. Additionally, you guys can all feel free to touch the walls in this room. Right over here on this side, this is the only mud and rock wall that we have in the cave. And then right over here on this side, this is called Galena limestone. Now, Galena limestone was formed here a very, very long time ago when dead sea creatures were compressed right there. But basically, since that wall is made out of dead sea creatures, if you were to touch this wall and then lick your fingers, it would likely taste like seafood for those brave enough to try it.
I'm alright. Wait, I'm good.
Just feel free to
I
fact
just
check.
touched it, so same.
Alligator on duty. Uh-oh.
Oh God. That does not taste like seafood. Trevor, turn off the light.
Carter, I'm just seeing
That is
stuff.
fake.
Ooh.
I thought it was true. There's a handle.
Oh, that's all switch.
Oh my God, I missed it.
Okay, don't touch it. I'll throw you on the boat.
I can hear that.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Sounds like a horror movie. Oh, we need is just Jason crawling out of the water.
Alright, so over here on the side, this is the first major formation we have in the cave. This is our flowstone wall. So flowstone is actually created with different minerals that seep with the soil and then deposit right there. The white is calcite, the black is manganese, and then this reddish brown color is iron oxide, also known as rust. And then right over, guys, right over there, you guys see that green light. Now that green light actually indicates the nearest exit if you guys are unhappy with my tour.
No, thank you.
Yeah, best of luck.
Nobody can I'd rather not take that.
I could. Probably did.
Amy, I know you're that skinny, but you're not that skinny.
Maybe I am.
Alright, you guys can all take a look right above you here and you'll see this green light. This green light indicates a
Wow.
chimney. Now a chimney acts just simply as a natural ventilation system for the cave. Although if you guys were to take a look at a chimney from the surface, it is actually just a very small sinkhole. Now, do you want your head as you pass one of those chimneys? We did have a snake fall from that one time. True story.
What?
And above us there was that blue light. That blue light indicates a lifeline.
No, Dad, I think we should grab another
Those
picture.
lifelines a little later on in the tour. But for now, right there, that is the Spook Cave Wishing Well. Any proceeds from the wishing well go to Camp Strong, Iowa, like Camp Courageous or Camp Sunnyside. Although if you guys have no spare change available, car keys, credit cards, the occasional child sacrifice, definitely accepted.
We got 3.
Not something.
You guys came prepared. And over here you see this red light. That red light indicates the second largest chimney we have in the cave. So like I said before, a chimney is a natural sinkhole or a ventilation system.
There's water.
Does he have thing with duct tape?
In the cave.
No. You
Alrighty. Well, is anybody interested in hearing a spooky story?
Yes.
Yes.
So there was one action here in the cave, and that was with our maintenance man. His name was Old Joe Smiley. One day, Joe came into the cave to do some basic maintenance, although he did not return. So we came here to look for Old Joe. In the beginning, we found his boat capsized back by the wishing well. Further along, we found some spooky scratch marks. A little bit further, we found some spooky handprints. A little bit further, we found some more spooky scratch marks.
Oh, there he is!
Ow,
Carter.
my ear.
At least I gave you a warning, Carter.
I'm gonna cry. My ear.
You even saw the skull beforehand.
Yes, but I didn't know that was gonna happen.
He is like hurrying to get it done. I see him. I didn't realize Carter was gonna be that loud about it. Ooh, coons. Got raccoons in here.
It's actually a beaver.
Beaver?
Living in here right now.
Oh, wow.
Alright, well, something else that's actually kind of spooky. You guys see this giant crack on the ceiling here? This only opened up 3 months ago.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh. I was gonna believe it.
So this is
Nah, I don't
actually
believe anything.
This is actually the main lifeline of the cave. So lifelines just kind of help us tell how old the cave is, kind of like the rings
Gonna
on
have
a
to
tree
put
trunk.
that in.
We've actually learned that this cave is about 750,000 years old. Although it's actually quite young for a cave, because many caves are well over 8 million years old. Alright guys, watch your heads, we do have a little legend up here.
What's moving? Oh, that's not something moving. That's water dropping. Get skinny.
I don't even have to.
Yeah, I hear myself.
She's worried about snakes.
Yes.
I love snakes.
Oh, man.
Hey Dad, if we catch that snake, can we use the
No,
snake as a pet?
I think people will be jumping out of the boat.
Nah, I'd rather
You're
use
right.
the snake as a pet, grab it, and then we can take it to our house. What do you say about that?
I can't swim, so I'd be staying in the boat and then throwing out
Well,
the
that's
snake.
why you said you can stand. Look.
We already have Big Mama. That's she's a really big snake. Why don't we have another one? I'll take it.
Ooh, look at all this up here. What is it? Oh, that's cool.
What if I just lick the ceiling?
No. What is that?
Does it actually taste like
It
seafood?
looks like, well, it's not crystals, but it looks like I have to get down again.
What's that?
These are some of the largest stalactites that we have here in the cave. Now, you can remember that a stalactite grows from the ceiling down, because a stalactite will hold tight to the ceiling. Now, on the opposite end, a stalagmite, those grow from the ground up, and you can remember that because a stalagmite might reach the ceiling. So these stalactites actually grow kind of like that flowstone wall that we saw earlier on. Those different minerals will seep through the soil and then deposit on the ends of these. So you can actually tell that all these ones are actively living and growing because they have a glossy appearance and they're all still dripping that water. So typically if one of these stalactites were to drip on your head, it would be considered good luck, although there is one exception. Way in the back there, that weird looking one, that is called our hippie or hairy stalactite. And it gets that name because of a legend. This legend says, if one drop of water drips on your head from the stalactite, you will go bald within a week.
Dad, did you go here when you were a child?
No.
So if you would like to keep your hair, I would most definitely advise covering it up as we go under here.
Dad, did you lose your hair?
Oh boy.
Oh wait.
We're dragging bottom.
We are dragging our
Sorry.
God, no.
Wow.
I wanted the one to go on my head.
The alligator a little later.
Okay, that's awesome. That's
How about Carter gets eaten by an alligator first?
Stop it, I'm gonna smack you.
Really, Dad?
The cave dripped.
Alright, so you guys can take a look right up here. This is weird looking formation. That is called the cow udder formation.
Wow.
Pretty obvious why we call it the cow udder. So that is actually made of two separate columns. And a column forms from a stalactite and a stalagmite merge together over time.
No.
Awesome.
Questionable. Could there be bats in here?
So we used to have a lot of bats in here. We actually had almost 300.
Wow.
A disease called white nose syndrome came through and wiped just about all of them out. Last year we only saw one bat. This year we have seen 0.
Ooh, that's awesome. Holy cow.
You guys can all take a look right up there. That is the frozen waterfall.
Wow.
If something moves on me, I swear.
Now the frozen waterfall is the largest formation that we have in the cave, and it goes up over about 60 feet total, which is almost halfway to the surface because we're all about 150 feet under the ground right here. And this formation is actually made entirely out of columns. And like I just told you guys, a column forms from a stalactite and a stalagmite merged together over time. Alright, then next you guys can take a look right down there and see that weird blob looking thing. That is one of the few stalagmites that we have in the cave. So like I said before, stalagmites grow from the ground up, and for pretty obvious reasons, we don't have too many of these here in this cave, just simply because there's nowhere for them to grow. And back behind us there, we'll see that black, jagged rock. That is called a chert. So chert is a very hard rock that the Native Americans used to make arrowheads out of. On the mineral scale of hardness, the diamond would be a 10, the limestone surrounding this chert would be a 3, and the chert itself would be a 7. So we're pretty close to a diamond. And right above us here, we'll see these very skinny stalactites. These are called soda straw stalactites. And they get that name because they are in fact hollow. And if they were to fall into the boat, if you guys really wanted to, you could try and drink soda or water, or whatever your drink of choice was. Although I would not advise that, as the minerals in these stalactites do act as a natural laxative.
I was actually just gonna try and grab one and then.
I know, that's why I say don't touch it. I know you. Ooh.
Jason, stop it.
I can't believe we're 150 feet down. That's so cool. Hey, you didn't hear him say that?
There's a tunnel all the way on the other side.
Wow.
That's the exit.
I thought you were the one I was scared.
Wait a minute, wait.
So you guys can't take a look right up here. You see this weird looking stalactite? That is called the elephant trunk stalactite. Once again, pretty obvious why we call it the elephant trunk. That actually looks like that because a tour guide hit their head on it and snapped it off.
Whoops.
Wait.
Oh, please don't click on
Wait,
it.
for real?
Yeah. Now, not only did that tour guide get a pretty cool rock that day, they also got a concussion and they got the toss in there 2 weeks' notice. Although, unfortunately, they did break off quite a bit of progress right there. These stalactites grow very, very slowly at a rate of about 1 inch every 100 years. And actually, stalagmites, the ones that grow from the ground up, those are even slower at a rate of 1 inch every 300 years. But if you like to keep those numbers in mind, you can do the math. This big guy right here. That is the largest stalactite we have in the cave, and it is 27 inches long. So growing at the rate of 1 inch every 100 years, that makes that stalactite 2,700 years old.
Please don't jump on me.
No, that one's good luck, remember?
Chili.
It is. It really is. There's water.
Too bad there's not fish down here.
This is just going to be a fact. By the time we're done with this tour, we are all going to be so wet.
This thing looks interesting. That's something special?
That guy over there? Alright, so that actually is kind of a unique story.
Where's your special?
Originally, there was a big boulder right below that, and then there was a small mudslide that occurred on top of that big boulder. And then during excavation of that cave, that big boulder fell away, and that mudslide was just kind of left there frozen in time.
Wow.
Alright, so the whole cave here does go back for about 1,000 feet or so, but we will be stopping here today just because it gets a little bit too shallow for the boats. Although, if you guys doing work here all summer for minimum wage, we do try to take a walk back there and look around at the end of the season. Although all the way back here it's nothing too exciting, it is a sump room, which is like a pool of water about 5 or 6 feet deep. So, nothing too exciting, basically just a really cold swimming pool. And speaking of cold, you guys can all feel free to touch the water at any point in the cave. The water here in the cave stays at a chilly 42 degrees year round. And the air temperature typically stays around 47 degrees.
This could be used as a trout stream. So lighten up. Oh.
Alright, can you guys all see that okay?
Yep. Yep.
Sweet. Alright, so that right there is called the Rock of Ages painting. And that was given to Gerald Melke by a good friend of his named Miss Lovings. So originally it was painted with just acrylic paint on a normal canvas, although it did have to be repainted with enamel paint on a window pane. And that's just simply because enamel paint is far stronger than acrylic paint, and that was needed because the conditions here in the cave are very, very harsh. Alright, and in this part of the tour, I normally ask, would anybody like to see the total darkness of the cave?
No.
Yes.
Alright, total darkness in 3, 2, 1. Alright, but I guess if anybody in the boat is ticking you off, this would be a great time to deal with that.
Okay, I'll put your
Alright, let's back on 3, 2, 1.
That was totally Skylar.
Alright guys, so it is time to spin the boat around, so back row, do watch your heads, you will be going from that ledge right over there. Although I will ask, you guys please do not push off that wall, otherwise we will get stuck, and that is never fun. Spin on very slowly. Already bottom up.
Sorry again.
Are we going back?
Yeah, we're going back. Yep. We're gonna try to anyway.
Hold on.
Oh, look, there's a hole. There's a hole. Oh, no.
You guys wear waders when you walk it?
Yeah, usually. Yeah, most of the time.
Oh,
Actually, in the
those are
winter,
drilled there.
in the winter we open the dam and we drain all the water back out. So it
Oh,
goes
so you
back-
can make it dry.
Not quite. There is an actual spring in the way back, but it only offers like 3 to 6 inches of water. So it goes back to that natural level in the winter.
Why can't we go all the way back?
It gets a little bit too shallow for the boats. and
Yeah,
there's
you
big
hear him say that?
boulders.
No.
It gets
That's part of
shallow
listening.
if you do it too
Yep.
close.
We're good.
Amy, did you just lick the wall?
No.
Why would you like the wall?
Man, that's awesome.
I'm not seeing any of it
So
on camera.
I'm glad you're sitting down because I know what you would do. Don't touch none of it.
Yeah. Skylar, don't touch anything. No, Sky.
That sucks if it breaks. Like,
missed.
like you said.
I missed.
No,
You
did
guys
you
got
hear
any
that?
questions?
Got fired for that.
Huh? Oh.
No?
Any questions? No. You're full of questions. You always ask me every
Yes,
day.
Sky. Yeah. What are your questions?
I have none.
Wait, what?
Well, I have one question. When's Jason gonna pop up?
Shush.
The first person he's gonna kill is you.
No, it's gonna be you.
And Jason kills the slowest
Okay,
person
alright.
first.
Now it's done. Enough. Oh shoot, this is where we get short.
Yes.
I think, isn't it? No.
Nope.
Almost.
But changing light bulbs is
Man, that
Take a look
waterfalls.
at the frozen waterfalls again.
Oh, you can see way far up now. Holy cow. That was close.
There's another look at the cow udder.
I'm guessing you do this like every single day.
This is multiple times a day.
It's probably like 85 times a day.
The most tours I gave in 1 month was, I believe, 95.
Wow.
I thought you were getting a lot more tours in just like a day.
35 minutes a tour, buddy. And you have multiple people that do it.
We have like half a dozen tour guides. Alright, so we'll be stopping to go right here, and I'll talk about these formations just a little bit more. Now, back row, if you do end up swinging under either of those ledges, just feel free to push off there if you do get too close. So right over here, this is the largest ribbon strip formation in the way through the cave. Although most of the tour guides here actually like to call it our bacon strip formation. Bacon. Now, if you did try to eat the cave bacon, your teeth would most likely end up looking like our jawline formation right here. So this formation is made out of calcite and is unfortunately shrinking quite rapidly and will likely be gone within 8,000 years. So get your pictures now. And right back there is one final look at our hippie or hairy stalactite. So like I said before, if you would like to keep your hair, I most definitely advise covering it up as we go under here.
That's already lost all his hair.
I think Dad.
You're about to lose all your hair, Amy.
I think Dad visited this place when he was a child and he lost all his hair. That's what I think.
Oh no. Oh boy.
That is that
Sorry, Skylar. I think this side's a little
I'm
shorter.
squished.
Might be.
I almost lost my hat.
Oh, I have to get back down.
This is why Lacey is lucky to be short.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right, Mom? You're short, like Peppa Pig.
Shortstop.
Alright, well, at this point of the tour, I do usually play a little bit of a guessing game. How old do you guys think this boat is?
10 years.
It's going to 10.
Carter,
60.
37.
I said it was younger than
Please
10.
don't.
One is correct. That's a great guess. So these boats are actually brand new. Boats this year.
I called 50.
And actually, before we had these boats, we were using the original ones from 1955. So probably time for improvement.
Yeah.
A bit of
That'd be pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Like wooden flat bottoms?
No, actually, at the spare dock, at that pond that we put in at, there's a couple of the old boats sitting over at the spare dock. They're just old aluminum boats.
It's so cold and clear.
I was wondering.
Oh,
Those are the 19.
you might have to tuck it in.
your buddy.
There's old Joe smiling.
It feels really cool.
Why does it look like you got shot in the head?
Maybe he took care of
They
himself.
don't know what happened to him,
No, it's
so.
more like he got hit in the head as a rock. Yeah, look, his skull is cracked. Well, bye.
And then I'm sure you guys saw that warning sign about the alligators. There she is right up there. Her name is Dorothy.
Dang it, I missed that coming through.
How did we miss that?
Because people were telling me not to turn on the light.
Look, that's where the children's sacrifices go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we're looking at the wishing well. Distraction.
Now for the Spook Cave wishing well once again. Now for anybody that did not know, we do actually have a refund policy on our wishing well. This refund policy goes, if your wish does not come true within 2 weeks, you can come back to the cave and get a full refund, although that's going to have to be after hours, no boat, no lights, and no tour guide.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So was that a formation too, or is that something that was just man-made? The little well.
So, actually, those are all stalactites that fell off the roof of the cave during excavation, and then just placed there for decoration. That's not natural there.
Okay.
Watch out for any snakes under this chimney once again. Like I said, it is a true story. It actually happened.
Snake?
If that happened to Lacey.
Alright, you guys can feel free to touch this fossil as you go by. That is a fossil of a cephalopod. Now, a cephalopod is an ancient sea creature, kind of similar to a squid almost.
So they dynamited this and went all the way back? Or originally, or how far back did it go?
So, the front entrance, that really narrow part,
Yeah.
that was all dynamited.
Oh, okay.
This really big room, that was excavated out. The far back room where we had to turn around, there was a little bit of dynamite there, just simply so we could turn around. But besides that, the entire cave is natural.
Oh, wow.
Man.
And we were there, on the way in, I told you guys that green light was in your exit. If you guys could not tell, I lying. That is actually a side sinkhole, and that actually goes all the way out to the side of the bluff. Now, I actually found that out by putting some dye in the water and then waiting for that dyed water to enter the cave.
Are we gonna scare them?
No.
Let's do it.
Hello, Georgie.
Should we shut the lights off on them?
Yes. Yes.
Hey Luke, that'd be great if you don't turn it back on. We're now entering the largest room of the cave.
We'll wait here just a little bit. We gotta let them pass by right here. Do you want your hands and fingers on the side of the boat? You'll most likely place some buffer boats.
Building the light so as to get out compressed sea creatures, meaning that if you were to touch it,
Wow.
here there are growing formations, and if you were to touch one of these growing formations, they would die. So these do not touch the little walls.
Well, you can feel it so much colder right here. Wow, you guys. Ooh.
Really?
What's wrong, Amy? Amy, could you imagine crawling up in there?
Yeah, I could.
I could fit.
Skylar.
It reminds me of cocoa trees.
Yeah.
Like, we saw
We
that,
could
like
actually,
bigger. You
we
can
could
actually
lay
walk
down
in.
there for the night.
I would have to be
Is that like a door?
Little chipmunk, but.
I think he's about to talk about it.
Is that a door?
Oh, wait till tomorrow.
Alright.
And then I can-
So obviously we're now in the largest room once again. If you guys take a look right here in the corner, you'll see some dead stalactites. Now these stalactites are considered dead or dormant because of this giant door type thing right here. So that is actually where Daryl Melky first lowered a John Deere tractor into this room. Yep, the crazy man lowered a tractor here to help excavate this entire room. Because originally it was all full of sediment. Then after he was done excavating, this served as his original starting point for his first tours. He actually had a pulley system. He could lower the boats down into the water on that pulley system. Although after a few years, he did realize that a lot of these formations were starting to die off because of that sunlight entering. So he closed that all up, and that is why this whole room is now considered dead or dormant, and that's why I can touch all the walls in this room. Alright, then next you guys can take a look right down there, and you see that green light. Right next to that green light is a red light. And that red light will be shining on a rock that is standing completely upright. Yeah, right back there. Now do keep in mind that that rock back there is said to be holding up the entirety of Spook Cave. So if you do wish to knock that rock over and see what happens, just please come back on somebody else's tour.
Okay, we'll do that.
I've actually crawled back there, it doesn't even touch the ceiling. Alright guys, we're entering Lover's Lane once again, so feel free to push off from these walls if you do get too close.
Dad, holy cow.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, look. Can we still light a day?
Almost.
What's that back there?
Hello, sweater. Hello, sweater.
Oh, thank you.
He's not allowed to go home.
You know, I'm just gonna leave it off.
What was that noise?
Oh, I think it was the other guy dying.
Ow, ow.
Yeah, I think it was the other guy telling that story.
Oh, the skeleton.
Smiling. I don't want to lose my head. Alright guys, so right about here you should start to notice a little bit of a musty smell. And no, that is not your neighbor. That is actually your nose getting used to plant life once again. Because we've been away from that plant life for a little over a half hour now.
Jake, watch out for the spider web.
Carter, duck.
I'm
By
trying.
your head.
About to hit my head.
Carter, yeah, you need to really duck.
Uh-oh.
There you go. You're good now. Coming out.
Hey guys, well congratulations. You all survived Spook Cave.
Oh, wow,
That's
seriously?
pretty cool, guys.
I can smell the cow.
My glasses are fogging up.
Yeah. You go foggy girls? Glasses are great.
Bag isn't as waterproof as it says it is.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you get so much water on it? Oh.
Alrighty guys, well we're not quite back to the dock yet, so I still am going to annoy you guys with just a little bit more useless information. So right down there we have a red building. Next to that red building there's a stone building. And attached to that stone building there's a water wheel that's painted red. Did you guys all see the water wheel?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, well that water wheel actually powered all the electricity you need here for the cave, which was about 7,000 watts. Well, we actually need quite a bit more than that now, so it's just kind of there to look pretty, I guess. And then did you all see that waterfall at the entrance of the campground?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes, you did.
Well, you're on
We
this
seen
main
it.
gravel road as you're leaving on your left. And that waterfall is
No,
called
Dad, I was
Beulah
asleep.
Falls. And that was named after a small railroad town. It used to be located about half a mile down here, named Beulah. Although unfortunately Beulah did flood out twice. Once in the 1800s and then once again in the 1900s, killing nearly 40 people. So for pretty obvious reasons, they decided not to rebuild that town a third time. Alrighty, but that does wrap up all the useless information that I have for you guys. So is there any final questions?
How often do you see trains?
Often see trains?
You're like on the tracks here.
Oh, they come through several times a day.
There they are? Okay.
Yep. Alrighty, well, one final thing. As we dock the boat here, I will ask you all to stay seated. I'm going to hop out of the boat. I'll hook up the front, then I'll walk around, I'll hook up the back, and then we'll dismiss row by row. We'll start the back row there, and then work our way forward.
I have
But
one
other than that,
question.
thanks for watching the Spook Cave today, and I hope you all enjoyed your time here.
Thank you.
I have one question.
That was pretty awesome.
What is your question?
Well, it's like a need to put something in the cave.
No.
Jason,